Chosen one, this is about your father. Everything changes today. There are moments in life when the ground beneath your feet trembles, and even if no one else feels it, your soul knows that something irreversible has just taken place. Today is one of those moments. This message is not random. This video did not appear in your life by accident. You were drawn here, called, marked, set apart by something divine and unseen. Because today is the day you begin to understand a spiritual truth that has been hiding in the background of your life all along. This is about your father, and from this moment forward, everything changes. Stay with this video until the very end, chosen one. Let this message sink deep into the core of who you are. You will understand things you have never seen before. Comment your deepest wish and write, "I receive," below to release your frequency into the universe. This intentional act of energy opens a divine space for your desires to manifest. And yes, they will manifest, because the universe always listens when you are aligned with truth, with love, with the reason you were born. Today, let your wish be heard. Let it be proclaimed. Now, chosen one, like this video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and let's begin. Since you were young, there has been something unspoken around the subject of your father. Maybe he was physically absent. Maybe he was present, but emotionally distant. Maybe he was a strong man who didn't know how to show affection. Or maybe he was someone who simply couldn't love you the way your soul needed to be loved. Whatever your experience, a silent thread has run through your life tied to that relationship. And today, that thread begins to unravel. Not in destruction, but in revelation. Because when the spiritual veil lifts, the truth that emerges is not there to wound. It is there to heal. Many chosen ones live their lives carrying invisible wounds. They carry strength like armor. They guide others with wisdom beyond their years. They lead with compassion. But beneath that strength, there is often a tender wound tied to the father figure in their life. That figure was either a source of confusion, pain, or an unspoken longing. But here is the truth. Your spiritual DNA is not limited by earthly roles. And today, something is activating inside you that is claiming every part of your identity. No matter how broken the connection with your earthly father may have been, there is a powerful truth you need to hear right now. Even if your father never saw you, ignored you, hurt you, or simply couldn't give you what you needed, it was never your fault. Not for 1 second was your worth ever diminished by someone else's absence or silence. Your soul has always been seen. You have always been known. And today, something inside you is ready to face the echo that has followed you for years. This is not about blame. This is about freedom. What you must understand is every bond on earth carries an energetic thread, especially the bond between parent and child. Whether it was nurtured or neglected, that thread vibrates through your experience. It affects your relationships, your trust, even your ability to receive love. But here comes the shift. When you become aware of it, when you speak the truth about it, when you see it for what it is, you reclaim your power. And that is exactly what is happening right now. Your power is coming back. You are no longer defined by a relationship that never reached its potential. You are defined by what you are becoming, not by what you lacked. A sacred reversal is taking place in the atmosphere around you. A divine rebalancing. The pain born from the gap in your relationship with your father is being transformed into strength, into clarity, into a kind of supernatural maturity that only the chosen can embody. You have spent years asking silent questions. Why didn't he protect me? Why wasn't he there? Why did he see me and still not show up for me? Those questions have swirled in your heart like a quiet storm. But now the storm is beginning to calm. Because what you needed from him, you are beginning to give to yourself. You are becoming your own protector. You are becoming the voice that says you matter, you are enough, you are loved. You are becoming the one who affirms your own existence. And in that shift, you become free, truly free. The power your father held, whether he used it for good, neglected it, or misused it, is no longer a shadow over your destiny. Your light is rising and nothing, no story, no silence, no absence can stop it. Chosen one, many of your current gifts were sharpened by the absence of fatherly support. That emptiness created a space where your intuition had to grow stronger, your discernment had to rise faster, and your spiritual connection had to deepen. You had no choice but to turn to the unseen for comfort, and the unseen welcomed you with love. The divine met you in secret places. You are who you are today, not in spite of what happened, but partly because of it. The fire that forged your character was real, and today you get to decide how to use that flame. This is a crossing over point, and once you step through, there is no going back. This is not just a message of comfort, it is an invitation. An invitation to walk in the fullness of who you are without waiting for closure from someone who could never give it to you. It is about rising without apology. It is about recognizing that you have been guided by something greater, something eternal, something divine. Even when you were overlooked by a man of flesh and blood, your true source was never merely human. And today, you are waking up to that. You were chosen to break the pattern. Yes, you were appointed to end the cycle of emotional neglect, silence, abandonment, or abuse. It stops with you. The cycle stops here. Your future children will know safety, tenderness, strength, and presence because of the decision you are making right now to refuse to let the past become your prison. This is your power, and it is now fully activating. A restoration is happening in your spirit, even if no conversation ever takes place in the physical world. You do not need apologies to be whole. You do not need a confession to be complete. The power you were waiting for is not in their words. It is in your awareness. And today you are aware, awake, aligned. What once made you feel forgotten is now proof that you have been divinely guided all along. Even the absence had purpose. Even the silence led you to the inner voice. So let this be the day your soul breathes again. Let this be the moment you stop asking for something he was never able to give. Let this be the turning point where you stop diminishing yourself because of someone else's lack. You are not invisible. You are not unwanted. You are not broken. You are not too much. You rise because you were always meant to rise. Your father's choices or absence did not cancel your calling. They could not. Your path was sealed by something greater, and today that higher voice is resounding in your life louder than ever. It says, "You are mine. I have always been with you. You were never alone." This is the day you begin to see that what was planted in you, independent of any human approval, is now ready to bloom. Your relationship with your father may never look like the fairy tale you once hoped for, but the healing you receive today is bigger than a relationship. It is about reclamation. You are reclaiming yourself. You are gathering the scattered pieces and standing whole again, not because of what someone else gave you, but because of what you are giving yourself now. Truth, love, and permission to be more than your story. Healing a father wound is not linear, chosen one. It does not happen all at once. It unfolds layer by layer, season after season, sometimes in surprising ways. Sometimes you will think you have released the pain, and then out of nowhere something will trigger that old ache again. But listen closely. That does not mean you have gone backward. It means your heart is now strong enough to process a deeper layer. It means the divine trusts you with more depth. This journey is not about pretending the pain never existed. It is about learning to breathe freely in its presence and knowing you are still safe. Your story is not stained because of the pain you carry. Your story shines because you dared to face what others bury. And right now, the pain born from your father's absence or distortion is being transformed into divine wisdom. What was once confusion becomes clarity. What was once lack becomes abundance. You are not cursed, you are commissioned. And your commission is sacred, chosen one. Everything that happened to you is now working for you. You will no longer live from your father's wounds. You will live from the wisdom that came out of them. You are not a prisoner of someone else's brokenness. You are not destined to repeat the story you were born into. You are rewriting it now with every breath, every step forward. And one day the world will look back and marvel, not at how easy your path was, but at the grace with which you walked through what should have crushed you. The inner child in you, the part that once longed for affirmation, that waited for validation, that craved love, is now being held by you. That child is safe now because you are awake, aware, present, and healing. You are no longer the version of yourself who waited at the window for someone who never came. You are the one who came for yourself, and that is one of the bravest things a soul can do. What changes today, chosen one, is how you define yourself. You no longer define yourself by what they failed to give you. You define yourself by what you became in their absence. You define yourself by the compassion that now overflows from you. You define yourself by the light that could not be put out. You define yourself by the resilience in your bones, the divine fire in your spirit, the depth of your love, and the strength of your presence. And here is something even deeper. Even if your father was absent, distant, or hurtful, there is still something eternal in the thread that connects you. That thread is not defined by pain, it is defined by possibility. You now have the power to create a new legacy that brings honor, not necessarily to the man, but to the story unfolding through you. You are proof that transformation is possible. You are the one who breaks the cycle without breaking yourself. You do not need your father to change in order for you to heal. Let that truth anchor you. Your healing does not depend on apologies, on someone else's awakening, or on their willingness to understand. Your healing is your birthright. It is yours because you are divine. It is yours because you are loved. It is yours because you were never meant to stay chained to pain that was never yours to begin with. Let this moment be the one where you release the guilt of feeling angry, of feeling abandoned, of feeling like you missed something sacred. You have the right to feel everything. You have the right to cry. You have the right to rage. But above all, you have the right to move forward. You have the right to thrive. You have the right to create beauty where there was once only brokenness. You are no longer bound to the past. You are building something completely new, and you are doing it with grace. Chosen one, your father may never see the fullness of who you are, but that does not dim your brilliance. Some lights are too bright for certain people to look at directly, and that is okay. You do not need to be seen by everyone. You only need to be faithful to what is awakening inside you right now. You are seen by the divine. You are seen by the universe. You are seen by your higher self, and above all, you are seen by the future version of you waiting on the other side of this healing. That thriving version, that deeply loving version, that boldly creating, powerfully leading, freely living version. That version is smiling at you right now saying, "Keep going. Everything is about to make sense." Everything changes today because you are finally choosing to stop carrying what was never yours. The shame was never yours. The silence was never yours. The guilt was never yours. The feeling of unworthiness was never yours. You were born into someone else's unfinished story. But you get to choose how the next chapter reads. And that chapter begins with freedom. Let that freedom sink deep into your chest. Let it resonate through your bones. Let it rise in your voice and steady your spirit. You are walking away from generational patterns. You are interrupting the cycle of emotional scarcity. You are stepping into a reality where love is abundant, where presence is healing, and where truth reigns over trauma. You are not a product of your past. You are a prophecy of a healed future. And that prophecy is taking flesh through you. Chosen one, many will be healed simply because you chose to rise. Your children, your community, your future partner, they will all benefit from the inner work you are doing right now. They will feel the difference in the way you listen, the way you hold space, the way you show up. And one day they will look at you and say, "Because of you, I know what love looks like." What a legacy. What a sacred legacy. What a powerful transformation. You are creating safety, not just for yourself, but for everyone who comes after you. You are giving what you never received. You are becoming what was once missing. You are embodying the divine. Everything changes today because you finally see it. Your story never ended in pain. It began in pain, and now you are carrying it into glory. There is nothing small about the shift happening in your soul. It may feel quiet, but it is monumental. Heaven is witnessing your transformation. The divine is cheering you on, and your spirit knows this is not just healing, it is activation. You are stepping into a version of yourself that can no longer be undone by rejection, abandonment, or silence. You are stepping into wholeness, and that wholeness will echo. It will echo through the generations after you. It will echo in your choices, your creations, your calling. You will never again beg for a seat at a table that did not recognize your worth. You are the table now. You carry within you the divine blueprint for restoration, and the most incredible part is this. The very pain that almost broke you is now the sacred ground from which your purpose grows. Let yourself grow without guilt. Let yourself prosper without needing permission. Let yourself receive love now, not because you proved you deserve it, but because you always did. This is what changes today, not your past, but your perception of it. Not what they did, but what you decide to do with it now. Not their absence, but your presence. You are here now. You showed up. You listened. And that alone is proof of your power. Let this part of your story be sacred. Let it be tender. Let it be holy. And get ready, chosen one, because everything that was held back by pain is now rushing toward you in love. When the pain of the past no longer has a grip on your identity, you begin to live differently. You breathe with ease. You move with clarity. You speak with conviction. You no longer need to convince anyone of your worth because it pulses through your being like a song you were born to sing. This is where you are now, chosen one. You have reached the place where your power is no longer tied to what was done to you, but to what is now flowing through you. This shift is not loud. It does not need to be. Power in its truest form moves quietly, yet its impact shakes everything. The moment you stopped blaming yourself for your father's emotional absence, the energy around you changed. The moment you chose to stop chasing a love that was never rooted in presence, the old version of you began to fade, and now something sacred is forming in its place. Something healed, something whole, something ancient and brand new all at once. A voice is rising in you, a voice that no longer speaks from the echo of lack, but from the certainty of alignment. You are no longer operating in survival mode. You are stepping into embodiment. You no longer carry the question, why didn't he love me the way I needed? Now your spirit answers with something deeper, because I was meant to discover a love beyond human limits. This is not just your healing, it is your ascension. And chosen one, here is something most people never get to know. When you heal the father wound, you activate a part of your spiritual authority that was dormant. The authority to protect, the authority to guide, the authority to govern your energy with integrity. These are gifts your soul was always meant to carry, but they often awaken through adversity. You are being prepared to walk in your own divine fatherly or motherly power, whether you are a man or a woman. Because this is not about gender, it is about function. It is about carrying sacred presence. It is about becoming the grounded one, the safe one, the anchored one, the one who holds others because you have learned to hold yourself. Everything changes when you realize your story does not limit your future, it informs your calling. Your father's choices or limitations did not erase your design. They refined your vision. They made you look deeper.